Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Best of 9 series in the clan war of OGaming versus Clan Droid Gaming. Almost forgot what the name was there. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner as the Zerg player is Bettycrocker, representing OGaming. His opponent is going to be FlawlessStim, obviously representing cDg, also known as Clan Droid Gaming. He's going to be our Terran player here today. I'm Silence. I am the caster for OGaming currently. And we're going to have a Xel'naga Caverns match here. Of course, the name of the map coming from the middle. If you guys didn't know that already. What are you guys smoking? Come on now. So let's talk about the matchup a little bit here. Pretty standard stuff is I got 2 racks opening. You might get pretty early aggressive here depending on what FlawlessStim's plan is. He might go double 11 racks. He could possibly go 12 racks, 14 racks. That's kind of the more standard play. A little bit more economical. But of course, if he really wants to catch Bettycrocker off of guard here, he might want to try and go for those early racks here. And of course, that kind of hinges on Bettycrocker going for that hatch first. FlawlessStim, obviously, if he's going for an early rack, he's going to try and punish that. But as we see, with that gas geyser going down right away, that's going to lead me to believe, at least, that it's going to be a speedling opening. Usually get that gas geyser followed up pretty shortly by a pool here as soon as he gets to 200 minerals. That's going to help. Meanwhile, at the Terran base, we are seeing actually 2 racks being thrown down. Not sure if that was 11. It appears to be, considering the Terrans only have 12 supply right now. So it looks like a double 11 racks here from FlawlessStim. Now we're gonna have to see how many SCVs he's gonna bring with this, and how much he really wants to commit to this attack. Of course, in this position here, I think there's a position right here where you can fit a bunker and a marine just behind the bunker, where the Zerglings and/or drones can't attack that one marine, which is extremely annoying for Zergs. But what this speedling opening does for Bettycrocker, although it does delay him slightly economically, it's going to make him pretty safe against an early aggression, such that FlawlessStim is doing here. That drone is going to scout in right away, actually delaying the marine from coming out to do any damage. Kills that, and actually FlawlessStim doesn't look like he's going to be moving out quite yet. I thought he was actually going to bring the marine right back, and he's only sending 1 marine right now. He's not actually rallied. He might actually go to try to pick off an Overlord here, as the Overlord is flying over from Bettycrocker. Very nice play from FlawlessStim, realizing, noticing the scout patterns and whatnot. He's going to catch that Overlord and kill that. So able to do a little bit of damage here, knowing that Bettycrocker did not open with hatch first. Really, he knows that he can't do too much damage, so he's going to try and get in as much as he can here by killing just this one Overlord. So that Overlord does indeed perish. As we see, the hatchery is now thrown down by Bettycrocker. Now the follow-up from FlawlessStim is going to be a fast command center here. I really like that. Getting his 2 gas now. Looking obviously to tech up. Don't want to stay down at the low tier marines for too long. Although, you know, they are pretty good. They're not too bad. Not too bad. So I mean, this stage of the game, it's going to be, you know, who can make the most. Well, not who can make the most unit, but who can macro. It's really right now Terran is kind of dictating the game. He went really early aggression fast, and now he's going to try and go a little bit more economical, and Zerg's going to have to kind of react to that, thinking, okay, well, I can just make a whole bunch of drones right now, now that I have kind of enough links to defend, you know, enough of a push here. And he's actually just going to, he pokes in here. Does he actually see the command center being built? No, not in vision, unfortunately. But I think he has a pretty good idea right now what kind of FlawlessStim is doing, although he's going to probably want to leave, just sit outside the Terran base, just in case, you know, almost a marine SCV all-in does, in fact, come. So drones being transferred down to the expansion. This Queen doing a very good job of spreading the creep. And yeah, it's just going to be drones from right now. Now, I'm wondering if FlawlessStim is going to be going possibly for Hellions. Actually, this 2 factories building right now. I'm pretty sure this is almost convincing me now that he's going to be going at least mech, or at least double siege tank, at the very least. You know, Marine siege tank is very standard for this matchup. It's so standard. There's really nothing to say. Right now, current numbers 42 to 35. Bettycrocker in the current supply lead, taking a look at income right now, 29 to 20. About even in the mineral intake. Terran, having those 2 gas geysers, is going to have the lead in gas. And right now, Bettycrocker still staying off hatchery tech right now, relying on what I would call just a Ling defense. And actually, it's going to be a blue flame Hellion attack here from FlawlessStim. And this is very, very good. A very good choice from FlawlessStim here. Just seeing that right now, Bettycrocker really only has Lings to defend. And this is one thing that Zergs really have to be curious about just staying with Lings for defense against Terran. Because if they wait too long to tech up to that layer, which you are seeing that Bettycrocker is doing right now, a good Hellion timing attack here will absolutely tear them apart. Unless you have enough spine crawlers and can retreat and try and minimize the damage from the Hellions, it's so touch and go, especially with this map. You have the backdoor entrance where the Hellions can just sneak in, and unfortunately Bettycrocker does have slight vision of that, and actually just hit the back button before hitting V. But he does have slight vision, you can see right here. So he's gonna be a little bit prepared, but of course not as much as he would have if he had an Overlord, say, placed over there. So it looks like FlawlessStim is gonna be clearing out his natural. We're losing a couple Lings there, 2 or 3. And I'm sure once this command center floats over here, these Hellions are gonna be moving out here now for the attack. Very key Zergling right there, seeing all those Hellions, and that triggers the spine crawlers to be placed right now. 2 in production right now, repositioning his one that he was building before. Very, very key for Bettycrocker to see that, and throwing down a Baneling Nest and also starting that Spire. Notice no third base yet from Bettycrocker. I like that choice, especially with the Hellions out right now. It'd be really, really hard to even saturate that base. So the blue flame Hellions are in here. Spinecrawler doing a lot of damage. Drones are running away here. 1 drone is roasted, another second. Not too much damage here done by Bettycrocker. So far, nice defense here, actually zoning out the Hellions very, very well. And as these Banelings come in here, if they can get off the splash damage on the Hellions, killing 2 Hellions instantly. I love this defense. Very well done here. Some miscontrol there, unfortunately, losing 2 more Hellions, and very, very minimal losses lost by Bettycrocker. Taking a look at income right now, 41 to 28 harvesters. So very nice zoning from Bettycrocker. Safely moves the drones away. I think FlawlessStim could have maybe went for it a little bit more, and what I mean by going for it, he could have maybe, instead of being so afraid that his Hellions were being attacked, he could have maybe moved in and tried to get the drones when the transfer is, because when your opponent is transferring drones like that, they're going to be lined up absolutely perfectly, and you just want to get your Hellion flame all over the. I mean, that sounds disgusting, but you want to be burning those drones as they're transferring. That's the ideal time, and unfortunately, just FlawlessStim could not capitalize on that. So it looks FlawlessStim is going to be transferring into a 3rd factory, and this could be either mass siege tank with Thors, obviously very common, especially with the Mutas coming out now, for Bettycrocker, taking down the gold-based rocks. I'm looking to do some expanding, obviously. We may even see a double expansion here, since this 3rd is a little bit late here, and the Terran actually getting very high in the money. I have to note, almost 1,000 minerals here as the Mutas move out. Taking a look at units tab right now, 6 Mutas are on the map, as well as 26 Zerglings and 46 drones for Bettycrocker. So Terran's just sitting back, turtling a little bit, trying to secure that 2nd base. We are seeing turrets come out here. Very nice timing from FlawlessStim. It's going to be a tad late. These Mutas are going to do a little bit of damage, but there's not too many in here, so there's really not too much of a worry here for FlawlessStim. It's really going to be trading those drones that Bettycrocker lost, and for the SCVs that FlawlessStim just lost there. Of course, there's going to be a little bit more disparity in the workers now, 47 to 33. So it's going to be a little more critical for FlawlessStim not to lose those SCVs. I almost missed that drop in the bottom left here. It looked like it was thwarted fairly easily here. Didn't do too much damage at all. Didn't even snipe a queen, actually. And he actually loses all those medevacs. Although, the one thing about dropping those medevacs, it does force the Mutas to come home, but having like 2 or 3 medevacs there with that drop, you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket. So you're like, okay, if this drop gets intercepted, I'm so done. I'm so done. And I think FlawlessStim realizes, yeah, this is not very good for me right now. Kind of in a bad position. Bettycrocker has that gold pace bumping right now. I really didn't know any other word to say other than bumping, because you know what? It's bumping. I mean, there's a handful of drones. There's a big party going on there. I'd like to go to that party. It'd be pretty awesome. And you know, Bettycrocker's got a good number of mutalisks out on the map. Let's take a look. Yes, he does have +1 attack. The missile turret is up here, although it isn't guarding obviously the production facilities. And he's going to be taking out tech labs here. These Marines have stimmed in. Very nice timing from Bettycrocker. Oh, almost loses a muta. Oh man, that was disgustingly close. Disgustingly close. Bettycrocker, very nice job spreading the creep through the Xel'naga Caverns. I think it's actually exceptionally crucial to get creep around the Xel'naga Caverns if you don't have control of these watchtowers, because then that's going to give you vision of where your opponent is kind of moving, because a lot of movement on this map is based around this choke here and this choke here, unless of course there's a flank on the side here and you've got a base, say, over in the 3 o'clock here, but a lot of it is based around the middle. So if you can control vision of either side of the map, you're going to be a lot better off here. Ooh, man, Bettycrocker's going to be very careful here with that Thor. Oh, gets one shot off, doing a lot of damage to those mutas. I think Bettycrocker's going to be a little bit more careful here. Oh, Baneling landmines, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. Although kind of almost out in the middle of the map. I might have seen them maybe at the watchtower or at a choke here. You know, but if he gets lucky when the Terran decides to move out, it could be pretty disastrous. 4th base is now going up for Bettycrocker. Really spreading the overlords there. Now you can take a look at Bettycrocker's vision. Has really good vision. Not too much there on the 3 o'clock base. Nor on the 3rd either, actually. I'm a little disappointed. Looks like he's going to move in there just to make sure that there's no 3rd quite yet. And keeping FlawlessStim kind of contained in his base. Might actually want to, not being too active with these mutas. The Thors are out, so it's going to kind of deny muta harassment. And here comes the push from Terran, which is going to signal, okay, it's time to start making some units. And it looks like I was going to say he might counterattack here. He's doing a good job of clearing up that creep. FlawlessStim has got to be really careful by not sieging these tanks. There we go, sieges the tanks just in time, and this gold base is going to be under siege. Marines dart in. Not quite sure why they stem. They stem a little bit early. Taking out that medevac, and here comes Bettycrocker. The Marines stem back. The Banelings are rolling in, going after the Marines. Ooh, not too many good hits on there, but there's a ton of mutas here. He's gonna have to back up with them. Although, yeah, he's taking a lot of damage here. Banelings are currently morphing. I don't know if it's in time. It looks like he might have enough mutas to take those Marines on. I'm not quite sure. Bailey's taking heavy hits. That gold base is down right now. Bettycrocker, gets out a lot of heli. Oh no, the Banelings run right into the Marine. Oh, the Marines, and that's gonna be it from FlawlessStim. An absolute tragedy running those Marines straight headfirst into the Banelings. Chop! Oh God, and that was it. And that was the game. Thank you much for joining us. Let's head on to game number 2. If you guys like what you saw, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also visit us at teamoggaming.net.